In the previous video, we saw how to deploy a plugin. In this video, we'll be looking at how to debug a plugin through the tracing service method. So now you've written your code, you've deployed your code, and now you've found out that the code is not executing as it is supposed to be. So you need to find out what's wrong in the code and you need to debug the issue. So to debug plugins, there are two commonly used methods. One is through the ITracingService and the other one is through Visual Studio itself. So let's look at the ITracingService method of debugging first. So what the ITracingService object does is it will help you in writing tracing statements. With the tracing statements, what you can do is you can write different logs, like how we have console logs in JavaScript. You can write different logs like that, and based out of the logs you can determine as to where the issue is and what needs to be done. So to use the tracing service method, you need to declare an object of the ITracingService. So let's begin by doing that. Is equal to ITracingService service provider dot get service type of ITracingService. Basically what this is doing is it's declaring an object of the ITracingService. The local object name is tracing service. Okay, so now what you can do is you can start writing the tracing statements. So I'm just going to write a statement over here saying tracing service.trace. So yeah, this is how you write the trace statement. You'll use the local object name .trace, and you'll write the string trace. So I'm just gonna write the method past the test of context dot primary name is equal to account. I'm just gonna close the brackets. Okay, and I'm gonna write a trace statement over here saying retrieved the values from the account phone number, and I'm also going to be reading the values which is coming through over here for phone number, the customer type code, and the account name. So to read the local values of the plugin, what you need to do is you just need to use the plus operator followed by the variable which you want to read. So first, if I want to read phone number, I'm just going to say phone number. And then if you want to read multiple values, then just use a concatenator operator and just say next. I'm just going to read the account customer type code. Plus customer type code. Then finally I'm going to be reading the account name. Plus account name, and I'm going to close this. Alright, so that trace statement is ready, and I'm just going to write a final trace statement saying tracing service.trace just gonna say all steps executed successfully to ensure that, to find out whether all these statements have been executed successfully or not. Okay, so just save it and go ahead and build the solution. Once it's saying that it's a success, what you can do is you can go ahead and open the plugin registration tool and update the assembly. Okay, so once you've updated it, what you need to do is you need to install the profiler in your organization. You will have an option called install profiler over here. Since the profiler is already installed in my instance right now, you only see the uninstalled profiler. But if you do not have the profiler installed in your organization, you'll see a button called install profiler. Click on that, and what that will do is it will install the profiler. You'll need to use that for downloading the trace logs and debugging it. So when you click on the install profiler, the installation process will begin, and it takes a couple of minutes to completely install. So once you get the message saying that it's a success, what you can do is you can right click on the step which you need to profile. So you need to so to debug, first you need to start profiling the step. Okay, and so to do that, just right click on the step and click start profiling and just click OK. And another important thing to note is we can be profiling only at the step level. We cannot do it at the plugin or the assembly level, because in order to debug or profile a particular plugin, you need to actually trigger the action which will execute the code, and the action is mentioned in the step, and hence you need to debug the corresponding step. Okay, so once you have this message saying brackets profiled, then that means that it's started profiling it. So just save the changes and now trigger the action which is supposed to happen. So in my case, it is the create of an account, and this plugin will be executed after the action is completed, and it is done asynchronously. Okay, so now go back to your organization, and make sure that the error logs is turned on for your organization. To do that, go to settings and go to administration. Go to system settings, go to customization, and make sure that all is being tracked. Okay, usually by default it is set to off, so change that to all and click OK. Alright, go to the account and trigger the action. So in my case, it is the create of an account, and for demonstration purposes, I've already created this account and I have triggered the code. So the error log was already generated. So to find the error logs, what you can do is you can go to system jobs and then go to the record with the record name under regarding and the plugin execution step name. Okay, so find the combination of this, that is the plugin step execution name and the record name, and just double click it. Now just click on details and just copy paste this entire thing into a notepad or something. So yeah, you'll have a lot of this junk, and you'll also have the trace statements which have been written. So in my case, over here is where I have all the trace statements written. Okay, so yeah, these are the trace statements which was written in our code. So enter the method, retrieve the values from the account, all steps executed successfully, etc. And you'll see that it is also retrieve the corresponding details for this particular record, because the plugin has been executed for this particular record whose account name is 20. Okay, so since I did not mention any value for phone number or customer type code, for phone number there's no value, so there is none, and for customer type code I am defaulting the value of 100 if there is no value mentioned for customer type code. So yeah, that is the reason why it is saying 100 for this record, and my account name is 20. So yeah, so this is how you go ahead and based out of this you can determine as to whether the code is getting executed correctly or not. And another important thing to note is so for asynchronous steps, that is for asynchronous execution mode of plugins, you get the error logs from system jobs. Okay, whereas if it is synchronous mode of execution, then you will be getting the error log on the screen in which you're triggering the action. So if my step was actually create of an account in the synchronous mode, then when I save this record, immediately there'll be a pop-up with saying download the error log, and you can just download it from there. So that's an important point to note. So yeah, based out of these trace statements, you can determine as to whether your code is getting executed correctly. In the next video, we'll be looking at how to debug a plugin through Visual Studio.